Those of you that are tenants and your landlord recently increased rent without your notice, there's something you can actually do about it that is provided in the Nigerian law.
The court have mandated that before you increase the rent, renegotiate the rent or the fee that the tenant have been paying with him. If he accepts, then increase the rent. And if he doesn't accept, then you guys will only look for a way to go about it. As 1 year tenant, what the law says that you're entitled to 6 months notice if your landlord wants to evict you. Provisions have been made in the law. Just imagine an agent collecting legal fee. Are you a lawyer?
We saw a picture that went viral recently on Twitter and Instagram. Somebody that was paying rent of 600,000 naira posted that his rent has now been increased to 1.4 million naira. What do you have to say about such increase? Is it right?
Well, right or wrong is not what counts. Is it legal or is it legal or is it illegal? Now, from the provisions and judicial precedents in our law, even Recovery of Premises Act, a landlord cannot just, out of his own free volition or willy-nilly, come and increase rent. No. The most recent decision, I think, the case of Cobra Limited and Omole Estate, the court was strict and said, look, tenancy agreement or tenancy contract, it is a contract. Contract means it is between two persons. Before you effect any change in a contract, there must be renegotiation between the parties. Effecting change covers increasing rent. So you cannot come yourself as a landlord, increase the rent without giving prior notice to the tenant. So that's totally illegal. The court have mandated that before you increase the rent, renegotiate the rent or the fee that the tenant have been paying with him. If he accepts, then increase the rent. And if he doesn't accept, then you guys will only look for a way to go about it. But the one that a landlord will wake up one morning, I mean, to them, their excuses is that cost of living, inflation, which is totally understandable. This is where our laws, there should be laws regulating these things. There should be laws regulating how much should be paid on a particular distance for a particular years. But they leave it what they call trade practices and the rest. Shouldn't be so. Now look, our law says both, I think the laws that regulate housing is Urban and Regional Planning Act, Recovery of Premises Act, Land Use Act, even the Constitution. Now once you've increased the rent and people can no longer afford it, you've denied them the right as provided in the Constitution of the right to own property or live anywhere they want to live. And that itself is unconstitutional, an infringement of fundamental human rights.
So what can the tenants do about it?
Now, what you as a tenant could do if your landlord, out of his own free volition, out of his own personal desire, either out of greed or selfish reasons, increase your rent without negotiating, is to go to court and enforce your right. And tell the court, look, this person increased my... And people don't know that